Hi everyone, thank you for coming back to class today. We're going to cover nutrition again, but we're going to go over a little bit more detail, a few other things we didn't cover last time. So which one of you can tell us what we covered last time we were in class? Adrian? Do you remember what we did last time? What did we do?
Now we're doing a real plate. Then when we did the other one, it was a paper plate.
And what else? What was a few things we covered last time we were in class?
Last time when we were in class, we were covering some protein, fruits and vegetables and grain and dairy, and we told you what were our favorite things, and we wrote them in our my plates. We wrote them in the big my plate right here, and then we had a baby piece of paper.
Here,
and then we draw those things what we had.
That's correct. Adrian, just a moment, okay? Can you hold your question? We'll get it in a minute. So last time we were here, we covered the different food groups, and we also covered what foods actually go in those food groups. And we touched a little bit on it, but today this is what we wanted to cover. We wanted to cover what those healthy food choices were. Okay, so why they're important. So not just to know what they are, but why we want to keep them in our food. So today what we want to cover are, why they're important, but also how they help build a balanced meal. So we got our little plate, right? We have a little circle plate, and if you remember last time, we talked about it, right? So we had it cut down the middle. One half was fruits and vegetables, right, guys? And the next one was grains and proteins, right?
Wait, I know all.
So you know all the parts, and that's important. But we're going to talk about why you want to eat each of those, okay? Adrian, what was your question?
What does the lime go in? Lime?
Limes are fruits. So they're half of your plate, remember? Okay, so let's get started, okay guys? So what we want to talk about is why are they so important in you planning out your meal, right? So when you're looking at your plate, it was half of this is fruits and vegetables. Can you tell me even why we want to do that? Adrian?
Because we need to eat protein to get strong muscles, and we need grains to get good sources of vitamin A and
energies, right?
Yeah.
That's what we talked about last time, I think, energies. But that's only 1/4 and 1/4, but we got this whole thing, it's fruits and vegetables. Why would we want to eat so many fruits and vegetables? Sergio?
We were talking about that a minute ago. I know because they got minerals and vitamins to keep us healthy so we don't get sick. And if we don't eat those stuff, then we get sick, and then we have to eat. Then we gotta eat this stuff to make us feel better and better. And then you can actually make a fruit salad. That way you can make yourself healthier.
Because it has all sorts of different fruits in it too.
Because a fruit salad has different kinds of fruit.
Yeah. And what would you like to add, Adrian?
Why they're important to eat, because if you don't eat all your vegetables, then your body will feel gross and don't have vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B.
Because it has important vitamins and minerals in it to help keep your body working the way it's supposed to. Why would we want to eat grains, though? Well, why are those important to add into your diet? Adrian, can you tell me?
Because they got vitamin C, and they're healthy to eat.
Which foods do you think have vitamin C's? Like, give me an example.
Bread.
Not quite. Grains, on the hand. Sergio, do you think you can tell us why we would want to eat grains? Why?
Because grains have vitamin C, minerals, and what's that other?
Well, grains actually have a good source of energy.
Oh yeah.
So your body needs energy to run.
Grain has good sorts of
energy
for us to run faster, and also has vitamin C and gives us strong muscles so we can run a bit faster.
Grains actually, there probably are a few, but that's not where you get most of your vitamin C. Vitamin C you actually get from your fruits and vegetables. The reason why grains are important to include in it is it has fiber. It helps your body digest your food the right way it should. The other reason is that your body is really smart and it can change grains into energy very, very quickly. So you eat a piece of bread and it turns into what do we call sugar. I won't go into the details of how this happens, but it turns to sugar. Well, what happens when you eat a lot of sugar like candy and stuff? Sergio.
When you eat a lot of sugar like candy and all that and all of the stuff that have sugar, if you eat that stuff, like you get cuckoo and
you get really excited and you have a lot of energy and you run around, right? Is that what you kind of get at, Adrian?
Yeah.
Right? Well, that's kind of what grains are. There's all different kinds. But that's what they're there for, too, is to help give your body that extra energy so they can get started to metabolize everything else.
Wait, soda has sugar?
Yeah, but that's not a very good food.
Some candies are gummies and they get all stuck to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Just in time for Halloween. But so that's what we talked about. Grains, right? So that's the reason why we have them in our diet. And they're important because they help your body, but we don't want to have half our plate full of them either, right? Because that's not a balanced diet.
Ooh, I know.
The other thing we have is protein. Why would protein be why is protein important to keep in our diet as well? Yes. Or add to our meal, I guess.
Because if we add it to our meal, like in our plate that we eat dinner in, and when we add some protein with it, it has vitamins and minerals for us, so
that's
that
partly
it can
true,
be
yeah.
healthy, and also it can help us have strong muscles.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to say.
See, proteins have a strong source that helps build our muscles and our bones. So that's part of it. But the other reason why is it keeps our belly full. So if we eat protein in with everything else, it actually helps our body stay fuller longer. So that's part of it, and it's helpful for your bones and muscles. That's very, very true because those are important things to have in them. They also have certain vitamins that you can only find in the amounts in meat. That's why it's important.
Dairy?
Just a moment, bud. Adrian, you had a question?
If we eat protein, do we get sweet juice from do we get barbecue on our ribs?
You guess you can, but that's not really part of why you would want to have protein.
I got a great
Yes, what is your question?
I got two questions.
Okay. First one is
do ribs have delicious juice, and is a cucumber a fruit or vegetable?
So cucumbers, let's see, think about it. Where do they come from?
Vines.
Okay.
They come from flowers.
Do you pick them from, you said from the flowers, right? Do you know the difference between a fruit and a vegetable?
Cucumber is a fruit.
Do you know why?
Why?
Can you tell me why?
Oh, fruits and sometimes vegetables grow from flowers, just like fruit.
Fruit comes from the flower. Vegetables come from the other parts of the plant. But fruits and vegetables, they come from a plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Except
important.
they're different because
Yeah.
A tomato, and a cucumber come from vines.
But that's how you
fruit,
look at it.
Sometimes that fruit come from trees.
But the point of it is, though, both fruits and vegetables, the important part is like why they should be in our diet or in our meals, and it's because of what they give our bodies, and that's you can find it in the amounts that we need in those food groups. Okay, so let's go back over what we just talked about. Okay, so last time we were here, we talked about our groups, and this time we were just talking about why it's important, why to include all those things, right? So we talked about why they're important, and can we tell how to make those food choices, right? So how we build our balanced meal, okay? Can you guys tell me in your own words then how making those healthy food choices help build the MyPlate plate? Does that make sense? Can you tell me, Serge?
The MyPlate came together because nutrition people wanted to think of the MyPlate for people to have different stuff in their stomach that way they can be healthy and strong and have vitamins and minerals. Like when we make the MyPlate, they put a line through there and a line through there, and they put fruit here, grain here, and then vegetables here, and then protein here. And when we do that stuff, like if strawberries in here, that's a fruit, and you can make it into juice, and that can be healthy for you. But you gotta add sugar to the juice, but that's not healthy as it is. But grains,
not as healthy, right?
Yeah, with grains is more better because they got like actually protein's more better because it has protein is a chicken, it's a rib, pork chop, eggs, and beans.
So then always have to be
and then a
animal,
steak,
right?
so that's 5 proteins in the protein group. And then there's kind of a lot of grains too. Then protein, a lot of fruits just like grains, and a lot of vegetables just like grains, and fruit and just like
but it's
protein.
important though, right, to have
It's
a little bit of each.
It's important because in each box it presents the objects that we're gonna eat, like when we have dinner, like when we just
That's
had
how your
dinner.
plate's supposed to look,
Cause
right?
like when we had dinner, a mashed potato, because a mashed potato is a vegetable, and we had that with a protein, and then we had another protein which is eggs, and then 2 proteins with beans.
So we had a lot of proteins, didn't we? So we
Yeah,
really
so
need
that
to
would
work
be-
towards
we had-
taking our plate like this, right?
Yeah.
Having all these vegetables in here,
We had
this little bit of
one.
proteins
We had
and a bunch of
one
proteins, right?
vegetable, and we had eggs, the meat, and the beans, and the bacon, and the hot dogs. Those guys were protein, and then for the grain was the mashed potatoes that gone with the meat.
Those were proteins. No, that's important. Adrian, is there anything you wanted to add to it? You got any questions? Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there then, guys. Thank you for being so patient. And thank you for sitting in again and learning a little bit more about nutrition and why it's important to have a balanced meal when you plan your dinner plate. All right, guys. Can you tell them bye?
Happy Halloween!